Brandon Lemke on the left. Caleb Gaffera on the right. They're already bailing out of line here before we get down to the lights. But we're going to get the green. Yes, indeed. We're racing in KA Senior.
And they all go safely through the first corner. Two distinct groups of karts there heading down towards turn number 4 under sunny-ish skies through the bowl section. And now this is where the track has changed slightly. There you can see the barriers that have been moved, and everybody looks like they've stayed out of them. Up at the front though, side by side, Overbeck grabs the lead from Lemke coming out of turn number 8, and we've have drivers will find
Bailiff
barriers.
along with one of the SCR machines, the 987 involved. Brandon Jarsa Crack Racing's James Overbeck has gotten away with the lead at the end of lap number 1. And again, same deal as yesterday. That transponder not working for him at the moment. And in the run, down to the hairpin as we got another one on the wall.
Oh
it is
996. That's Mackey Winfrey.
Mackay Winfrey into the barriers.
Sergio Hernandez in difficulty, and it was Max Barron that Mr. Bailiff was gesticulating at turn 8. 5 teams, 6 drivers behind them. The leading Velocity Racing Sony kart of Alex Mercado is in P7 with Enzo Vidmontien, Eli Warren, Drew James following.
Big change there in turn number 4. Paulie Massimino and Blake Nash trading that spot quite a bit, and that just allowed a huge gap to open up to the leaders here right off the rip. So check out the margin, and now he begins his march towards the lead, about a second away from the pack. This will bring him closer. New leader, Brandon Lemke to the point on the Speed Concepts Racing Carlos Sainz machine. Paulie Massimino's already starting to close on into your lead. Group of 3. Vidmontien trailing from Drew James. This is the first of kind of the midfield drivers. We got one up and over. Emery Lido with a flip in turn 8. He's up and okay. But a big moment there for Emery. And he was running good as well. A decent start for him in the early teens and a flip in the infield hairpin. 4 seconds back from the lead and 3 seconds from this very fast pack that, they were playing nice for a moment, but Caleb Gaffera, he hears Paulie Massimino closing in, and it was him or Overbeck. He sent Overbeck back.
Yeah, and again, like we saw in the first main event, at the end of lap 2, these 6 drivers had a gap, and it's only increased lap on lap after that. And now Gaffera gets shuffled a little bit wide at turn number 8.
The confidence to follow Paulie and not go right back in on him. So this is a veteran play for the last lap. But now he wants to go. New leader, Paulie Massimino commands the field where he was the class of it a year ago. He appears to be the class of it again. Fastest on the racetrack last time by, outside of Ferris, who got a bit of an extra toe off the back of this group. Ferris, the only one in the 49s right now, but that could change in a moment now that we probably have one of the fastest outright karts at the lead. And I think that's why Brandon wanted to go right back by. He knew how quick Paulie was. He did not want to give him a chance to drive away.
Yeah, indeed. Blake Nash looks like he's beginning to struggle to keep pace. Massimino, with help from his teammate Overbeck, with 3 wide almost. Here comes Gaffara up to P2. Through the bowl, Massimino back to the front, Gaffara second, Overbeck third, Lemke and Ferris side by side briefly for 4th place. Ferris having a look, Lemke having to skittle around the outside. Nash now comes back into play. We've lost Orton Fisher, sadly. Alex Machado has also finally gone off.
For Brandon Lemke, that one move to go back on Paulie then triggered a full-on fight that's now put him on the back foot, and he just lost his pusher. Connor Ferris with a slick move down the inside in turn 9 on Blake Nash changes that spot, and that splits them all up again.
Well, Overbeck has made the move on Gaffera. While we have been watching this battle, Overbeck has passed Gaffera. It's now Brandon Jarsa Crack Racing 1-2. Gaffara's back. He's got to get his head down, but you can see Overbeck is planted on his teammate's rear bumper. But what you said about in the earlier race, Gaffara, Lemke, Ferris and Nash, they've just got to keep their heads down and hope that Overbeck and Massimino start to battle. Maybe a lap and a half, 2 laps to go, which will then give them a chance to close in and maybe have one shot.
There's a great look at James Overbeck's father, Matt, watching along with the BJR crew. And sadly, they've got one that's got an issue. Jared Clark, slow to continue. He must have gotten into it. He was running in that group with Lucas Zabo and Shea Aldrich and crew. And the last lap, he must have been sent into the wall. With the white flag waving now, Paulie Massimino, James Overbeck. They've done the heavy lifting to build the gap to nearly 7/10 and counting back to second. Now it's time to get after it. One-on-one fight to the end, and Paulie makes the first move defending. They're into 4.
And look how much closer Gafara and Lemke are getting through the newly profiled turn 6 and 7 area. Now down to turn number 8. Massimino defends. Overbeck will try the crossover. But here comes Gafara and Lemke. We have got a 4-car battle. Gafara to the inside of Overbeck as they come through 9. 2 corners to go. Massimino looks like he's got it.
Yeah, Gafara too far back. He broke the momentum. It'll be a BJR 1-2 once again. But Paulie Massimino is a winner at home. He wins KA100 Senior. Overbeck finishes second. Gafara third. Lemke fourth. Connor Ferris catches up along with Brandon Lemke there at the end to get to 5th.